Good day, everyone, and good day, Mrs. Bautista. We are here back again to our final chapters of our ethical marketing campaign research. So, let me reintroduce to you my co-facilitators for this video. First is we have Miss Aliyah Cruz. Second is Miss Kisha Klein Burgos. And lastly, the face in front of you, my name is Patricia Dalena. And again, let me reintroduce our first co-facilitator, Miss Aliyah Cruz.
So, a blessed day to each and every one of you. So, I'm Malia Maris Cruz, and today I'm really excited to share with you one of the most important findings of our research about ethical marketing. So, now let me ask you when you hear the word marketing, what comes to your mind? So, most people would say it's about selling, promoting, or convincing people to buy, and that's true. But here's what we discovered. Marketing is so much more than that. We found that ethical marketing isn't just a nice to have, it's a real power move. It builds trust, it earns loyalty, and it promotes social responsibility. So, when a business is honest and fair with its marketing, guess what? They don't just make profits, they also win the trust of their customers. And today, in a world where people have hundreds of choices, trust is what makes the real difference. So, if I could leave you with one quick formula, it will be ethical marketing equals to smart marketing. It's not just about having good intentions, it's all about building long term success. So now let's dive into the key principles of ethical marketing. So I'll throw a quick question. Who here has ever felt tricked by an ad before? Exactly. That's why the first principle is truthfulness. Ads should never exaggerated or mislead. So they should be honest, clear, and real. So second, we have fair pricing. It's about setting prices that are reasonable, not taking advantage of consumers' needs. And third, there is privacy. We all know how it feels when our personal information isn't handled properly, right? So businesses must protect and respect customer data at all times. And finally, corporate social responsibility. Companies shouldn't just focus on making money. They should think about their impact on the community and the environment. In short, if businesses live by these principles, they won't just earn profits. They'll earn something even more valuable, which is respect and trust. But wait, it's not just about being good. There are actual laws and standards businesses that they need to follow. So first, there's RA 7394 or the Consumer Act, which protects consumers from unfair business practices. And then there's RA 10173 or the Data Privacy Act to make sure that our personal information stays protected. And it doesn't stop there. There are international standards like the UN Global Compact and the GDPR in Europe. So they make sure that even on a global level, marketing remains ethical. So what does this mean? This means that ethical marketing isn't just a moral choice, it is a legal responsibility too. So now let's make it real. In our research, we look at actual cases like the Nestle and Cow and Gate. We saw firsthand how unethical marketing can destroy a company's credibility. But ethical marketing? It creates loyal customers who stick with you through thick and thin. And here's something really interesting we'll learn. Consumers today care a lot about honesty, fairness, and accountability. They don't want sugar coated promises anymore. They want brands that are real and fair. So, at the end of the day, marketing isn't just about selling, it's all about building trust. And trust, that what keeps a brand alive. So, all right. After seeing all of these findings, you might be wondering, how do we connect all of these to the objectives of our research? So now let's break it down. So for the first objective is to design an ethical campaign. So we didn't just point fingers at what's wrong. We actually created a marketing strategy that is honest, transparent, and fair, because we believe marketing can be profitable and principled at the same time. And second is to analyze real cases. So that's why we studied real world examples like the Nestle and the cow and gate to see what unethical practices to avoid and what ethical practices we can apply. So now moving forward, we have two more big objectives we need to focus on. So first is to develop ethical policies. So it's not enough for a company to say they care about ethics. Uh, they need a clear and solid policies that everyone should follow. So policies based on honesty, fairness, and respect for consumers. And next is to ensure legal compliance, because it's not just about being nice, it's about being legal. So you could have the most creative marketing campaign in the world, but if you break the law, you risk destroying everything you build. So that's why in our research, we made sure that all of our recommendations are both ethical and legal. So ethics and law, they always go hand in hand. And is to build a truly ethical marketing campaign. So there's one more principle we must not forget. It is to promote inclusivity. This means making sure that everyone, no matter their age, their gender, race, or background, uh, feels seen, valued, and included. So marketing today isn't just about selling products anymore. It's about building a community where everyone feels that they are belong. And by promoting inclusivity, we're not just expanding our markets, we are deepening the trust people have in the brand. And that's for my part. Once again, I'm Aliyah Cruz, and I hope you learned something. And thank you for listening.
Good day, Mamel. I'm Kisha Klein M. Burgos, and today I will be presenting to you our recommendations regarding to marketing with integrity, a Philippine-based campaign inspired by global and local ethical standards. So I will cover some key suggestions po for the businesses, consumers, and policymakers to improve the practices and ensures a better transparency and fairness. So for the businesses, the first one is be honest. So this means that the businesses should clearly and truthfully describe the products or services and advertisements, labels, and promotions. So, misleading or false claims can damage po the consumer trust and lead to legal consequences. So, honest communication will help to build loyal customers based on a positive brand reputation. So, next po is protect consumers' data. So, businesses must handle customers' data responsibly by collecting only necessarily information and securing it properly, not sharing without a consent. So, according to the Data Privacy Act of 2012, it requires the companies to respect the consumer rights and follow a legal standards in data handling. So, compliance protects the company from the penalties and promotes a customer's confidence. And next po is ensure fair and ethical practices. because fair pricing is essential for building customer trust while ensuring a business remains sustainable. So it is important to strike a balance between affordability and um, profitability. So I have question po, no? So how does your businesses um, ensure that the product prices remain fair and competitive while still maintaining profitability? So fair pricing, they ensure that the products are affordable and reflect their true value without exploiting consumers. Ethical sourcing means obtaining materials or products in a way that they respect the labor rights, environmental, and the fair trade practices. So these approaches will help us to demonstrate the corporate social responsibility and appeal to ethically conscious consumers. Next po is for the customers. The first one is check the product claims. So customers should not rely solely on advertisements. Instead, they should look for the official certifications and read the reviews from other buyers to ensure that the business's practices are, are genuinely ethical. So this helps to support responsible companies and avoid falling for false or exaggerated claims. So next po is report false ads. If a customer encounters a deceptive or dishonest ads, they should report them to agencies such as DTI or Department of Trade and Industry. So this helps to protect other consumers from being misled and holds the businesses accountable for their marketing practices. Next po is support brand transparency. So one way to encourage a brand accountability is through sharing your experiences online because customers can use their voice on the platform like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. So whether it's positive or negative. So this promotes responsible brand behaviors and encourage companies to honest and open about their products and practices that public feedback can influence how businesses operate and treat customers. For the last part of recommendation is policymakers. First is enforce a stricter ad laws. So policymaker should strengthen the laws and enforcements against the businesses. It is used a deceptive advertising tactics. So clearer guidelines and stricter penalties can help to ensure that the consumers receive an accurate information about the products to build trust and fairness in the market. Next is ethical standards. So there should be a standardized rules across industries to ensure that the marketing practices are honest, that represent diverse grouply fairly, and promote environmentally responsible for the products. So these ethical guidelines help to shape a marketplace that values an integrity, equality, and a long-term well-being. So for the last part is data privacy rules. So in today's digital age, protecting consumers' data has become more important. With the businesses increasingly relying on the online marketing, it is crucially to ensure ethical and transparent use for the personal information. With that, I have a question po. So what measures are in a place to ensure that the consumer data is collected and used ethically and transparently in a digital marketing? So with that po, with the rise of digital marketing, there is a growing need for policies that protect consumers. from invasive tracking and manipulations. Laws should require to businesses to clearly disclose how they collect and use consumers' data and limit the targeted ads that may exploit a vulnerable users. So this promotes a transparency and safeguards a consumer rights in a digital space. So that's it po for my part. Thank you po.
Welcome to our campaign named CyberSmart. CyberSmart aims to educate entrepreneurs, business owners, and us consumers on how to make smart digital choices online. This campaign key messages is to share how to spot cyber threats and how to safeguard our data online, our business online, and what is the right use of AI, and what are the smart and right choices when going online. So, let's proceed. So, our target audience, katulad po na nasabi ko kanina, are entrepreneurs, students, and small business owners. But not only those, we also aim to share these important messages and learnings to consumers who use phones, digital devices every day, such as our family members, strangers outside in the streets, and every people who needs to hear this message. So for our first marketing strategy is our social media awareness. So to do this, we are going to start with posting bite-sized information, infographics, which means like post that is easy to convey and understood by our fellow target audiences. So these infographics and bite-sized informations can be shared through our Facebook page, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms, so that it can be easily shared to other people, shared and be understood by our target audience. So for our next marketing strategy is we're going to conduct free webinar and workshops once a month. So these seminars will be conducted with cybersecurity experts, other experts in different fields in the digital world from our collaborative partners. So they are there to share expertise, tips, knowledge, and also we are encouraging real-time discussion and open questions so that we can entertain more inquiries from our audiences, so that we can also encourage real-time discussion from our audiences. So, our first group of collaborators and partners are from financial tech platforms. So, this includes GCash, Metrobank, and Paymaya. So, we encourage them to share knowledge about safe transactions online. What are the smart tips so that consumers will feel safe doing their transactions online and through their services? So for our next group of collaborators and partners includes the internet service providers in the Philippines. So this includes Sky Fiber, Converge, and also the most common is PLDT. So we all know that we are not just feeling safe in our financial tech platforms, but also we also want to feel safe from our internet providers. So we encourage them to share knowledge and expertise on how to spot cyber threats, how to protect ourselves from the internet and through the internet. So, to ensure the integrity of this marketing campaign when it is implemented, we made campaign policies so that it can be governed with ethical practices and that we don't violate any rights of our audiences and rights from marketing. So, first is there will be no hidden fees, the messages will be clear, and there will be no hidden agendas throughout this marketing campaign. Second is every data that is collected will not be sold or will not be used without permission and will not be collected without permission and consent from the users. And third is that all testimonials and knowledge that will be shared from this marketing campaign will be ensured from facts and real testimonials only. And lastly is that no products or services or um, information or products will be used that is against ethical guidelines or standards of Philippine law and international law. So this is all made and used to ensure an honest marketing campaign and an ethical procedure throughout the session of this campaign. So for our executive summary, Marketing with Integrity, a Philippine-based campaign that is inspired from local and international ethical standards in marketing. So here we have discussed what are the ethical practices such as truthful advertising, fair pricing, competitive accountability, and marketing with integrity. And to support these studies, we've researched two real life cases involving unethical practices, such as the case with Nestle and Cowan Gates, and other survey based studies from other researchers, and also to turn this to also support this study with theoretical frameworks and legal basis. We have studied local law such as Data Privacy Act and also other international law that is governing ethical marketing standards through globally. And to turn our theories into action, we made Cyber Smart marketing campaign to apply the lessons we have tackled, to apply the theoretical frameworks we have studied, and also to create policies that will ensure the alignment of our marketing campaign into our ethical standards locally and globally. So yeah. So that is all for our report. I hope you guys learned so many things, and I hope you enjoy watching these videos of our report about our study. So that is all. I hope a good day greets you, and thank you for listening.